And we are live. Let me see if it's going to work. Thank you all for joining me today. I have, of course, Adrian from Lentil Healing, and we have Lauren Margolies with us today. Her channel is in the description below. Oh, hell, I didn't put your email address down in there. Is your email address listed on your channel?
I think so. It should be. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to look at it. Well, I won't worry about it.
You want me to I'll put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Thank you so much. Okay. And we're going to do a manifestation readings today for y'all's. I'm going to stay out the dirt for today. No politics, no crime. This is for us, self-help here. Oh, so there's 10 people in here. Okay, so somebody's seeing it.
Somebody's seeing it.
It's there it is. Okay, I'm a copy paste. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay. Because it's going to bother me because I didn't do it. Enters.
Gemini brain and Libra brain. Like, we got to do it now. You have to do it now.
And also, Lauren is an astrologer.
Amazing.
If you need your chart done, that is who I recommend.
Yes.
Thank you.
So go get your whole life.
Oh, I'm not just saying that because Lauren's my homegirl. Whole entire life.
Yes.
Understanding the whys and the hows, not just this. Oh, Pluto is with your conjunct on your fleshy skin node and the third quadrant, and you're like, okay, yeah, okay, great. Like, I'm paying for this and I don't understand what the hell's going on. Okay, great. She's like, no, really. So here's what's happening. You're a jerk because you were born at 4:00 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. You're like, oh, thank God. That's why. Done.
I'll tell you why you're awesome.
She'll tell you why you're awesome.
Because I had my chart done and I understood it. Because I got mine done from Dr. Victoria Skirble from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Massachusetts. But I didn't retain none of it. Now, luckily, I have it recorded. But it is nice when they do you understand, or are you following, and this and that and this and that and this and that. It is nice to understand it when you walk away from it. And that is why, it is important that you also know what you're talking about. Yeah. So if you want your astrology charts, her email is in the description. I found it, or I copy paste it. And her channel is also in the description. So y'all make sure you go and visit. We will wait another 2 minutes while people trickle in here. Okay, I think I'm getting my life together over here. Notification just went out. Okay, good.
One of those days it's taking a little bit longer to kind of get your mojo going. It's just one of those days, like it's a little slow to take off today.
I took a nap, something I don't do because that is almost against the law for me. Because if I go to sleep and you wake me up in 2 hours, we fighting. Like not even verbal, not even I'm actually hit you. Because you have violated. So I'm going to strike you. Yeah, I really am. Not Kathy, don't you start with the butterflies in the sky, right? And I went to sleep and woke up 45 minutes later. And then I'm like, okay, I don't even know how to open my eyes no more. What was happening? Right? It wasn't meant to be, so here I am.
If I take a nap, I may it's sleeps. Like I don't believe in a 15, 20, 30-minute nap. That's an abomination. If I take a nap, it is 4 and 5 hours. And then I wake up, put on my pajamas, wash my face, brush my teeth, and then go back to sleep. There's no nap. That's crack to me. It takes a nap. That's rude.
I can't. No. All right. We are going to wait a little bit longer. Yes, me too. Me too.
Little drain. It's just like I said, taking a little extra to get your mojo.
I will say this though.
Kathy Anderson.
I'm ignoring. I will say this though, I have not been outside all day either. And so I didn't go get no mojo. I didn't go get no energy. I didn't go get no sun. I didn't go get no nature. Like there are common fixes to our common problems. You know, we think that there, and that's why I wanted to do these readings today. We think that there's a miraculous fix to things. Always like I need some sort of vitamin E pill. Maybe you just need to take your ass outside.
Or like, I'm so tired. I've got really bad insomnia. Maybe you should stop staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching TikTok.
Turn off the what do you call them? The distractions, but it's a different word I'm looking for. Turn off the TVs and the telephone.
Yes.
And the TikTok.
The blue lights.
Yes.
TikTok.
Take all that out of you.
TikTok is, yeah.
Who needs I haven't watched television all the way through and been as entertained as I have been watching 20 minutes of the TikTok. I'm sorry.
100%. I feel you.
Sorry. I can't.
So much better.
Help it. But then it's a rabbit hole. Next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm really sleepy. And I have to work a full-time corporate job and then log off. And then I've got clients and I've got to be present for clients. And I'm just, that's an Adrian problem.
So we're going to start, Kathy, with how to manifest love. Not a lover, but just love. Sometimes what you need is just a companion, not necessarily to get down, but to get down. So, but I mean, that too. But
really shot that. That is the funniest thing I think I have seen in a long time. Okay. Johnny, are there any particular cards or flow, or how do you want us to do this?
So here's what I'm going to do. You do whatever you want to do because we had this conversation beforehand. Both of us have chosen 10 plus Oracle decks to use, and we don't know which one. We're so unorganized. I'm so unorganized. Pardon me.
I'm indecisive.
So the way I'm going to do it is what to receive and what to let go.
Okay.
And then maybe you will find your answer in the middle.
I'm going to do what do you need to work on in yourself to be ready for second turn. What do you need to work on in yourself?
If you're ready, you can go anytime you want.
What's that?
I said, if you're ready, you can go anytime you want.
Awesome.
Okay.
So what to receive?
So I just pulled one for this, and I pulled the sun.
Ooh.
And I love that because for receiving love, I feel like the more we shine our own light and like allow ourselves to step into the power of the true nature of who we are, and we can really be seen, that's when we really receive love that feels authentic and that fills us, because it comes from a place of like really being who you are, the sun, like the essence of your core, and then people see you that way and they're able to really love you for you.
Absolutely.
That is beautiful. See, here I go, pulling 19 damn decks. It was a one basic question. Oh, okay. I like this. Okay. What do you need to work on in yourself? Positive thinking. The moment you walk out saying there is nobody who's ever going to love me, I'm not worthy of love, all men ain't nothing but women are users and blah blah blah, you're not going to attract anything because it's in your mind. Positive thinking. Think positively. Your mind is your garden. Water it with good thoughts and good thoughts will grow. Plant bad seeds and you get a whole bunch of weeds. Okay. Positive thinking. What you need to work on internally. This is why I love this, because these work together. Listening, throat chakra. Listen to the positive thinking. Listen to the positive thoughts. Do you need to change what the narrative you're telling yourself about your ability to receive and find and attract this love? Positive thoughts, and then listen to the positive thoughts. That's what you need to work on internally.
It goes with that sun. Mm-hmm. So my whole thing says to let go of the past. If you are constantly reaching behind you, then what is in front of you will never be yours. You cannot make the next person pay for the sins of the last person either. I get resilience, which says at the bottom, burn away the past. This is what you need to receive. The panacea, the medicine, this is your fix. Get away from that in the back. The problem with letting go of the past is its effects are still felt. Yes. However, the situation has gone. So you need to work on moving on. And then I get the child. Whatever this past hurt was, that is the thing you need to let go of. Whatever it is, however you need to do it. If you just need to take your behind to some therapeutians, then you go down there and get you some therapeutians and let go of whatever is bothering you.
God, I need a tambourine. I'm not doing another live stream. Oh, our next live is Friday. I'm going to go get a tambourine. Right now I am. I'm not kidding. I've been wanting a tambourine for a minute.
So the next one is how to manifest determination.
Nice.
How do I manifest the desire and the will to carry on, to push through, to complete something in thy life, Jesus? That's what to do. How to manifest your determination.
Wow. I mean, I just pulled the exact card. This one is from a deck called Soulful Woman, although I like to say Soulful Person because we don't need to gender everything. But this says time of fallow, and it says creative manifestation occurs more easily when I have nurtured myself and honored my time of fallow. So that is spot on. Nurture yourself.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. It is, what do you need to do to manifest? Stop being lazy. It was the gumption, the manifesting our, say it again, Johnny.
Determination.
These are perfect. This is perfect. The first one says, how do you manifest determination? You need to realize that whatever you're going through, everybody goes through stuff. The thing is they don't quit when it gets tough. You have to just keep going. How do you manifest determination? You continue down the path. No matter how difficult it is, you stay the path. And you realize that at some point, something's going to come. A miracle is going to happen. You have to stay with the cow spirit. The cow spirit says that miracles are endless. So if you're going and I'm distracted because I don't think it's going to happen, you maybe have only needed to go 2 more steps and then boom, it would have happened. But you won't know if you give up, right? So believe in the miracle. Believe that it is endless. The possibilities are endless. And that's how you're going to manifest that determination. I can do this. I can achieve it. That's how you're going to do it. And you also have to remind yourself that in the process, though, you're going to go through some tough. You're just going to go through tough stuff. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired behind up and just handle it. Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, just keep going. Don't stop. You got to keep throwing once you can get out of it. And that's how you have to manifest your determination.
Absolutely. I get Sandbar and the Starfish. Trust your instincts and find a new path. Sometimes there is a wall in your path. Go around it. If there is a closed door, as they say, it was a joke, but it's very true. If there is a closed door, open it. That is what the door is for. That is why the door is there. Everything is not a barrier. Sometimes it's just to slow down. Sometimes it's a reassess. Sometimes it's just, okay, now let me catch my breath in before we hit the next lap.
True.
Discovery of new pathways and opportunities. You can still get there. Sometimes you just may need to take a different route. But what you don't need to do is start to be afraid of the obstacles around you, because that will stop you. That is the thing that is probably stopping you, reason why you need to try to manifest determination.
Yeah.
You need to keep going. If you stop, I guarantee you this will repeat. Everything else in your life is going to always have an obstacle. You'll never get nothing done. You'll be 81 years old and you have nothing accomplished. Keep going. Find a new path. Life is hard for everybody. Nobody likes a grind.
Yep. Everybody goes through it. You are gonna go through some tough whoopity bloop bloop. Everybody has their turn. You just gotta ride yours out.
Which brings upon the next one: how to get rid of the feeling of loss. How can you shake off loss? A loss is not necessarily grief and sorrow and sadness. Sometimes just loss of a job, loss of a pet, loss of a house, loss of a whatever. How are you going to get over that?
So I have just pulled the Ace of Pentacles, which I love for getting over loss because that's new beginnings, you know? And it's not about pretending like the loss didn't happen, but it's about knowing that as soon as you start to plant new seeds of where you're going, new relationships, whatever it is that you're trying to connect with. And of course, Pentacles is earth. So, you know, earth is our source. So I think connecting to the earth is so nurturing in times of loss. So I love that for this.
I have got something there, very, very similar. Base chakra, root chakra card. Ground yourself. Get back to the basics. Go be with nature. Go hug a tree. Go meditate for a few minutes. And actually go talk to your inner self and remind your inner self that you are okay. Give yourself a hug. Your root chakra is developed in early childhood. Sometimes we have to go back and heal our inner child. So work on your base chakra, work on your root chakra, connect to yourself. Also, your intuition. Your intuition is all about trust. Your third eye is all about trust. Trusting the messages that you receive. How do you get through grief? Because one of the things that grief does is any kind of loss, any kind of grief, again, whether it's a job, a pet, a home, anything, it shakes your foundation. It makes you almost distrustful, makes you question everything. Instead of going, why is this happening for me? You tend to go, why is this happening to me? You have to trust. That is all what your intuition is telling you. Trust that you are going through this for a reason. Trust that you will get through this period of loss and you will come out of it stronger on the other side. It's about trusting the process. And from a physical self-help perspective, I get massage. And here's why I think this is so perfect. The actual molecules of grief actually get trapped in your muscle memory. Physically gets trapped in your muscles. That's why a lot of people who actually grieve, who lost someone, actually die of a broken heart. Your heart is a muscle. And the strain of grief is so traumatic that it causes their heart to shut down. It causes that to get stored in your back and your shoulders and your neck. Actually get a massage to release that trapped energy that's in your body. So that's what I've got, Johnny.
I get what y'all got. It is time to return to source. Now, listen, here's the thing. If you are going through any kind of loss, and there is some sort of grief or some sort of something that hangs upon you, you are still a natural creature, even though you have a spiritual need at the moment. Nature can still heal. Nature can still help. I'm not going to tell you that's your fix-all because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a therapist. But you have spirit. You have minstrel. These are the Basically, singing a song, letting your feelings be heard. Music helps.
Mhm.
Sound helps. Sound breaks up whatever is in its path.
Mm-hmm.
Sound helps. Nature helps. You can find this is something I used to tell people a long time ago in spiritual counseling. God is the forest and the trees. People are looking for God. They want to go to heaven. They want to see him. They want to look out the window. There it is. Every tree you see, every plant you see, every bug that crawls the earth, there is proof that something exists beyond you. And all you have to do is connect to that. This is what comes up with the tarot cards. Connection, community, connection, community. Go back into that. And there are people, I guarantee you, you are not unique. I know that it is nice to feel special. No. Everybody is just like somebody else on this earth. There's 7 billion people. There's somebody just like you. And I guarantee you, whatever it is that you are feeling, somebody else feels too. There can be a community for that. But before you get to that, just look outside and start to connect with the thing that is already connected to you. There's also a something I used to tell people that God didn't leave you, you walked away from it. Whatever you call it, spirit, universe, whatever. It's still there. You just, life happens. This is not even a condemnation on people. Life happens. You get busy, you do things. If you need some sort of help that can't nobody fix, go back to that. It's still in the same place it always was. So hopefully that will help you. Commercial break. So Lauren Margolies, her channel is in the description below. Go and subscribe. That is in order.
She does amazing meditations.
Thank you.
And just as we were talking about sound, go over there and get you some of that.
Yeah.
I got me a singing bowl and I've been hitting it since I've gotten it. Now, I heard one long time ago and it irritated the mess out of me. And I'm like, I never want one. And then one was sent to me and I went ding and then something here popped. And I'm like, oh, ding again. And then ding, and then ding and I'm like, okay, I like this. So, yes. Okay. And then also, if you need your chart done, her email is in the description below as well.
Life changing.
Thank you.
How to manifest courage. This was something in my early years that I did not know how to do. Somebody says something, somebody does something, but you can't speak up. You have a problem with whatever chakra that is keeping you from speaking your truth, standing up for thyself with your own personal power. So I always had a solar plexus issue. And it wasn't until I was grown till I stopped caring what you were going to say back to me. Was the thing. So what kind of courage people need, it changes, but how do you manifest courage?
Oh, I need to not get the snarky pop. Let's see.
So I just pulled the Temperance card, and Temperance is so perfect for this. It's just like, that is what I think of when I think of courage. It's like connecting to your own patience, like moderating your own sense of self. And I love how he's pouring the water from one cup to the other. It's like filling your own cup is what I think of when I see Temperance. And I just think that's like so spot on.
With the Temperance, I'm going to follow right behind you with gentleness. You've got to be gentle. Speak with gentleness. Listen with the gentleness. Align the gentle part of yourself and realize that when you're being receptive and open, that makes you unafraid, and that gives you the courage. When you open yourself, when you are gentle with yourself first, that is the stepping stone for getting the courage. Gentleness. You also need to love yourself. Loving yourself is how you get the courage. That's self-explanatory, right, guys? Like, come on now. The last one is what do you need to change in you as well is that you are a tight butt. So rigid. loosen the F up, control freak. And it actually says, go get some, what Kathy Anderson was talking about earlier with other
She's
people.
talking about right now.
Yeah. Stop being so rigid in your belief system, really is what this is trying to tell you. Stop being so rigid. So it has to be this way, because if you're following a particular dogma, you get lost in the dogma and not in the practice. I always tell people Buddhism is pretty much about just not being a jackass. Christianity is not being a jackass. Being a Muslim is about not being a jackass. But people get caught up in the text and the belief and the whatever. Stop being a tight butt. Take a step back. Just don't be rigid. That's how you're going to get your courage.
Push through. You are not unique. Your problem is not unique. Google knows everything. How do I manifest the courage to tell my boss this? How do I manifest the courage to tell my friend this? Look it up. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. There's advice everywhere. I got the anchor and the clouds. Push through the storm.
Yeah.
Be strong. Push through the storm.
Perfect.
It is not the end of the world. So it feels... Here's what I used to do, and this I had to break this habit by using my own throat chakra. I was this person. This is what you need to let go of, going around and around in a circle, and nothing really changes. I would say something, somebody would say something to me, and then I got the smart mouth, so I would say something back to them, and then so forth, and then it's over. But then I start arguing with them again in my head, and I win every time. And then that's when all the really snappy things come out. And I might throw in a word from a different language in there. I got you, but I never could get you in the moment. Mm-hmm. And there was a feeling that, okay, people can then just push over you and push through you and go through the storm. This is, your courage is already there. Stop looking on the outside. It's already there. Figure out what it is that is shielding that courage from coming to the surface. That is the thing that needs to be broken. Are you afraid of what they're going to say back to you? Are you afraid of what they're going to do back to you? Are you afraid they're going to leave your presence because you said the thing that they didn't want to hear? Let it be. Still got to push through the storm. Otherwise, like I said before, this situation will repeat. Life is going to constantly give you these scenarios to where either you're going to get lost in the storm or you're going to stand up for yourself. Which one are you going to do? Okay. Now, this one is not as complicated as it may sound, because we get this question a lot because it's not something anybody teaches us. But how do you manifest a divine connection? A divine source, connection to God. How do you manifest that? Because people think, okay, I need a crystal, I need a seance circle, I need a whatever.
So I just pulled one that, again, feels really perfect. It's surrendering. And underneath it says, I honor the truth in surrender as it opens me to the gifts of divine grace. So I feel like sometimes we just have to surrender to the fact that there is a higher power at work. And that's when we start to see the magic. That's when we start to feel the presence, is just in those moments of letting go of your ego and surrendering to not having to know everything, just letting go.
Mine is on the same vein, and mine is the hermit, retreat and recharge. That's just how you connect, is you have to retreat and recharge. Don't be in the fray. Don't worry about the FOMO, because your FOMO is going to end up meaning you're missing out on your spiritual connection. Mm-hmm. Retreat, recharge. You don't have to go. I always tell everybody, you don't have to go sit in a cave for 8 months and not eat or drink and in silence and meditate. No. Work for the Buddha. Probably not going to work for you, because some of us, again, like to watch the TikTok sometimes to giggle. But find your own version of sitting in a cave for 8 months straight. connecting to source. Retreat and recharge. That's what I got.
It's so interesting. First card I pulled was creation.
Mm.
The next one I pulled is beginnings. There is no process, just start. I told someone that you go out for, like, say, for instance, I'll take myself instead of somebody else's business. I go out for a walk. Just listen. Let it come in, whatever it's going to be, whatever it is. Stop trying to give it rules. People down here created religion. This up here does not have one. It never has. It never will. There's no rules to it. You don't need a priest to go to it on your behalf. All you need is to sit and listen. Sometimes it's already talking to you. You're just not paying attention. So just begin. Sit somewhere and just listen. Listen to the wind. Listen to the birds. Listen to the trees. Listen and see what comes in. See if somebody tells you something. See if you, I mean, it's not going to freak you out. It may be a little different at first, but listen to it. What do you need to let go of? Always trying to be in control with the change. And just like Lauren said, your egos and your extremes. Let go of this. Because when you are in the way, spirit cannot get through. Ego is not a good thing. Because if it's always about you, then okay, then you need to solve your own problems. Go out there in the world and you be your own God. You have your own everything. You know it. You know it all. Go be Miss and Mr. Know-It-All. But if you want some help from something outside of you, then just stop and listen. Divine connection is not hard. Moving this out of the way is the hard part. Yeah. It's not even hard. Just do it. But that's the part that's messing you up here. All right. I like how to manifest some joy. How to just be generally, not all the time, but how to be generally happy. Some joy in the life.
Do you want Adrian the counselor's answer? I'm just kidding. The oracle's answer.
You do however you want to do.
How to manifest.
So I have got dream seeds, and it says, I nurture my dream seeds with love and appreciation and allow them to unfold in their own time. And I think that is so spot on. Allowing ourselves to dream is a way to create joy. Like, that's how you manifest what you're really going for. Like, you have to dream first. That's how you get to the understanding of what your true intentions are. Like, you have to give yourself space to be in that creative unknowing of like, what are my real dreams? And that's, to me, whenever I'm like going for my dreams and letting myself be in that dream state, that is the best joy. That is when I feel the most connected to my joy.
I mean, the oracle says this so well, and y'all just rock with me. It's really actually simple. It says, be effing grateful. It could be a lot worse. Just be grateful. The easiest way, and I actually coached friends, clients, myself through this. The best way to be joyful is to just be grateful.
So true.
I have air. I have a roof over my head. I'm alive. Even if you have to start there with your gratefulness exercise every day. But I promise you, those who are happy and are joyful are grateful. There are a ton of videos you can go watch to understand why. I know it may seem like a foreign concept, but these people don't have $1 million. They may not even have a roof over their head that's stable and consistent, but they're grateful for what they have. And that's how they manifest joy.
Absolutely. The saying of my life that I share with anybody and everybody who wants to hear. I am grateful for anything I have and everything I don't. I have somewhere to stay. I definitely ain't starving. I can stand up on my own. I can breathe on my own. I can't see perfectly, but I can afford glasses. And I'm not blind, so I don't have that. I don't have an incurable type of cancer. I don't have, somebody suing me for any, I won't go there. So what I get is Hasmed, the angel of annihilation. How does this bring you joy? By tearing down what causes you pain. Shatiel, the angel of silence. This is like the death card. What you need to do is a transformation. If you are in a place where you are unhappy, tear that down. At this point in your life, if you are unhappy where you are, it is your fault. Because you know how to change this situation. Now, I'm not saying that you changing it is going to then put you in a better place, but you know how to let go of unhappiness at this point. When you are aware, you are responsible. Tear down what makes you unhappy, even if it's people and personal relationships. Don't allow somebody in your space and in your energy to mess it all up. Thank you, Courtney. They have to go and do their own thing. Go make somebody else unhappy, or go figure out why you're unhappy. And that then piggybacks on the next one, which I will say this. These are the people that I find to be the most unhappy. And it's not even that they're trying to be sometimes. Sometimes it is just in them. And so they need to learn how to break this. And that is people who are envious. So how do you get rid of jealousy? Because if you look at a person and they have things and you feel some kind of way, it's not them, it's you. Always you with jealousy. Because if you see somebody have something, get somewhere, get a promotion, get a nice car, get a whatever, you should be happy for them. Mm-hmm. And especially if, they got something that you can't afford, you don't know what they did to get it. So you shouldn't want it anyway. So
you can afford it. You don't want them bills and whatever that comes with maintaining whatever they got.
People think they want abundance. Yeah. So how do we get rid of jealousy?
So this is counterintuitive, but I pulled the friendship card. Is this a joke? It says, I am deeply grateful for the gift of friends. My appreciation for them is endless. And I mean, we can befriend people that we feel like we're really different than. And you will always recognize at the end of the day, when you take the time to get to know somebody, they are a human being. And as much as somebody else might have more shit than you, like, that doesn't mean that they're happier than you are. And it's all an illusion. We all have our own struggles. We all have our own set of problems. There is no such thing as getting out of this life without challenges. And so whenever I flip the script and try to befriend, these people that I feel some type of way about, and I remember their human capacity, the fact that they're just struggling through life like I am, completely changes the way that I feel about that person and that situation.
Thank you, Sylvia.
I got two things. You need to first and foremost work on your heart chakra. Realign your passion. You're thinking your joy and your fulfillment come from things, particularly things that are not yours. Balance your heart chakra. Ask yourself truly, okay, is it because I want the same 6 Series BMW that she has, or is it that I want the opportunity to buy another car? What is it that you're really desiring? What are you truly passionate about? Because maybe you're putting a lot of energy into things thinking it's going to give you what you want, but it doesn't. Heal your heart. You also need to work and do some inner child healing as well with your solar plexus chakra. Okay? Maybe you are not, again, are going after the wrong things. You're putting energy in doing things that are not going to align the life that you want. And then all of a sudden, Becky Joe, again, gets this 6 Series BMW. Well, I should have that too. No, heifer. You're exerting your energy in things that are not working for you. Go back and ask yourself, what did you want to be when you grew up? And are you that person now? Hug your inner child. That's why she's jealous. She didn't get enough damn hugs when she was little. And also realize you have options. When you look at, she has a 6 Series BMW and I want it and I'm jealous, dude, there's other options for you. What she has is for her. What you have will be for you. There are other options out there. Stop fixating on what the perception is, the lack, because what you're thinking of is you're jealous because you have a scarcity mindset and not an abundance mindset. You have options. Go explore them.
I get where both of y'all got. I got the soulmate's card. If you're going to, soulmate is not necessarily a romantic person. This is a person to help your soul grow. So if you have friends, not people that you just like all their things. If you have friends, then you are happy for them because you want to see them prosper. You want to see them happy. Those are people who make you happy. Therefore, when you are around them, you like the fact that they're getting further in life, that they are maturing, that you have things. You know, if you got I don't know nothing about cars. You got a 6 Series BMW, have her come pick me up. And let's go to the Fat Burger or somebody.
Your gas, your air conditioning,
yes,
your drive it, and I don't have to pay the insurance or
at all.
Yes.
Come pick me up. I'm on the bus. 32 cents worth of gas. I mean, I'm saying, if they are your friends, then you care about their success because they also care about yours.
Yes.
And I also get, now is not the time to be fixated. Driftwood. What are you really attached to? Because mind you, it's not her car. It's the fact that there's something missing in your life, and every time somebody gets something, you hate it. It's like, okay, you got a new car. You got an old car, but you still have a car. Yours is still running. Never mind. As my father always said, I once felt sorry for the man who had no shoes until I met the man who had no feet. Okay, you have a car. Somebody has a bicycle. Somebody can't walk at all. So what are you fixated on really? It's not the car. They're getting somewhere and you're not.
Exactly.
That is the thing you need to fix. Something in your life is missing, not theirs. The fish, find balance. You need to find the balance. You need to figure out what that thing is in your life, because mind you, somebody else's lane is not yours. What is in here that I need to be focused on? Because this thing needs to change, and then I can be happy for you. Because there's nothing missing from my life now. All my life. And this was one of those things I had to mature to understand. Because I never understood jealousy, because I was never jealous of nobody, because I didn't want things. I still don't. But it was interesting that in my life, people were jealous of me, and I never understood it. Because I always equated it to things. You got more things than I do. Why are you jealous of me? But, these people like you, and they don't like me. Okay, then as the older I got, I realized, there's some in your life missing, not because I have things. It's you. I had to figure that out. I didn't know. So I will say this before we begin on the next one. We are not doctors nor therapists, nor do we play any on TV. So if you need some sort of balance, some sort of chemical imbalance, then you go and you seek some professional help. Go for it.
I'm a counselor though.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
How do we get out of depression?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I got a good one. So I have got the Queen of Cups. And I mean, the cups that's emotion. Like that is, but the queen is the master. So she's like mastering her emotions. And I think that with depression, and again, I'm with you, like if you need therapy, you need help, like you seek out help, but you have to be the master of your emotions. You have to take ownership and not let the emotions rule your whole life, because feelings are fleeting. And if we let them flow, that helps us to move away from depression. I also have to say, like, a lot of times with depression, we're focused on the past. So if your emotional self is fully stuck in the past, you need to release and move forward and be in the present moment. So find your capabilities to get present, and don't let the emotions rule you. You rule the emotions.
I get the same exact thing. I get sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is one of the things that it's attributed to your sacral chakra is your emotions. Okay. This is saying be flexible. I always tell people emotions are neither right nor wrong. They just are. It is the heart. Johnny says this all the time. And I have somebody who has personally suffered from depression most of my life. I completely understand when this is the best description I've ever heard somebody say. It's like having a black bag over your head, and the only thing you see is all the problems. You cannot see anything else. You just repeatedly see the problems. How do you tell someone who's got that black bag over their head that everything's going to be okay? There's nothing anybody can say to you that's going to get, because it's hard. That is a dark, hard place. And one of the things that can help outside of actually talking to a therapist, maybe even considering if you may need medication just to help balance your serotonin levels, is to be flexible. Be flexible. Don't let the emotions, as much as you can, as much as you can control it, don't let them overwhelm you. Be flexible. The other thing you need to do is be honest and be open. Number one, about the feelings that you're having to yourself, and be honest and open to others. Tell someone what you're going through. Tell someone that you trust what you're going through. Be brave and be honest. Somebody can help you. We are all in this together.
There is a certain amount in these cards that I get here that is basically telling you, I do not like the term get over it. I do not like the term just move on, because life was going along, and then this happened, whatever it is, chemical imbalance, trauma in your life, whatever it is. And it swung everything in a different direction. And here it says, embrace the universe and sacrifice. What is it that I can let go of? And then I have Hades and Calron. This is the river of Styx, how to carry your soul to the other side. There are things that need a spiritual perspective as well. There is issues and problems that you can literally write down, commune with your spirit, commune with your ancestors, and then burn it. Release it. Sometimes it is not necessarily just what you're going through, it's what you're holding on to. Because that is the thing that is constantly dragging you down. You can float, you can fly, you can get away from this eventually. Depression's hard. I've had it too, many, many times, which is where I got the black bag analogy, because people often look at people who commit suicide and say, how could they do that? They had mothers and fathers and cousins and kids and grandmas and all this. They didn't see all that. So there are things that you can literally write down on a piece of paper and burn it, release it, let go of it. Because there is something in your life that you are holding on to because you're afraid to lose it, or it's already lost and you want it back. So let it go. Reach to the other side.
And mind you, the thing that you're scared of letting go sometimes may not, it can also be aware. This is why I love that card that said, be brave and be honest. Sometimes the things you don't want to let go of are the self-fulfilling thoughts. You don't want to let go of the fact that you feel like you're a failure, because accepting anything less challenges the belief that you have about yourself.
Which is why we said in that last one, be careful of the words you say to yourself too.
Very careful about what you say about you to you.
Yes.
Which brings up the other one. How do we get past trauma? Or how do you get past a trigger? Okay, I try, and I try. But okay, I'm just kind of tired of you at the moment. Thank you. God, dog it. I say up, you say down. Everything's got to be the opposite of what I just said. Jesus Christ. Where's my singing bowl, Jesus?
Clear that energy.
Clear it.
Wait a minute. Nothing. I wasn't prepared for this. All my crystals is on the table over there. The bell is down there. The bowl is back here. The spray is in there.
There you go.
You need. I was just gonna say you need the sage spray.
There you go.
Damn it.
Yes, break out the oils.
Hey,
Jesus. I mean, I say black, you say white. Why does everything got to be so hard? I'm trying to be helpful. We're trying to be nice. We're trying to be kind. What the hell's happening in this world right now? Trauma. Somebody calls me some trauma just now. How do I get over it? How do I get past it, please? Thank you.
The answer is the death card. That's what I just pulled.
You
I
know,
forgot what you were looking. Was it how to release trauma?
How to release trauma.
Okay.
And I mean, you can't make this shit up because I just pulled the death card. Just let it die. Oh my gosh.
my cards are petty now. Okay.
Get it out, Johnny. Go ahead.
I got algaes. This is warding off evil.
Mm.
Then I got creation and recovery. You can get past it. You just have to change it and ward it off. Radio, you have to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Just some things are just not meant to be. This now, mind you, this is not to help y'all. This was for me. So I just don't take what I just said because, like I said, I don't like the term "just get over it." But there does need to be a change. Let me bring it back. There does need to be a change. Sometimes trauma is a soul print. It's a print upon you. So every time you see something, like I'll take a small example. I won't go too deep into something and drag us down even more. But there was a woman I worked with who was attacked by a dog. Every time a person would come in, even with the service dog, she'd get triggered. There is an imprint on her from just that incident. And so this is where you need to go get you some help and some steps and some things of that nature, because there needs to be a change. You first need to acknowledge that you are triggered by certain things. That thing that is triggering you is not necessarily the thing that is going to keep happening or anything like that. It's just left to print. So now you have to work on your root. Now you have to work on your security. Now you don't feel safe every time you are around or every time you hear such a thing. So you have to go back to that and clear that up and figure that out. And again, I don't want to see this in the chat all the time. We do not just get over it. That is not a message that we are pushing out there whatsoever.
Not healthy.
Go find you somewhere else to be, please.
I have a very unpopular opinion. And my clients know this. They know this about me. I will tell your butt very quickly to go talk to a therapist.
Mm.
Trauma is serious. No matter how insignificant you may think it is, something that happened to you now causes you to have a reaction every time. That is the definition of trauma. I don't care if it's the fact that every time you walked outside, a bird pooped on you. That created a traumatic response. What you need to do, swan energy, go in for a deep dive. You need to honestly go in and heal this. You have to. You cannot wish it away. You can even do little small band-aids. Trauma lies in the molecular level. And if you do not heal it, you will carry it on. Everything you touch, literally will touch, that energy will transfer from you to whatever it is you touched. You have to heal it. Go deep. It's going to suck. It's going to be uncomfortable. And it may be a little expensive depending on how much therapy you have to go through. But gosh dog it. It's not going to just go away. One of the things they're going to tell you in therapy is you have to sit with these emotions and you have to connect with them. Please don't be like me, guys. I'm about to overshare. Please don't be like me. Don't be the child who grew up in a negative household and for most of her adult life just conditioned herself to never sit with her emotions, to just go, oh, you'll get over it. You'll be okay. Stop being a baby. No, connect with your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sit with this crap. It's uncomfortable. And the more you sit with it, the more you're going to run away from it. But you can't. I could have said, go see a therapist because the therapist is going to help with both of these. But I wanted to explain to you why I say go see a therapist. Because the oracle supports it. You're going to have to dig very deep. And you're going to have to connect with those people.
You have to feel to heal is exactly what you just said in different words. Like that is so legit and true.
Please don't be like me. Please don't be like me. Be better than me.
It's very, I got robbed a long time ago. And immediately thereafter, there was a man who would come in the store who looked just like him. And during the time I was getting robbed, I guess, that's that divine protection. I felt nothing. It was like, it was weird because it was kind of like I was just floating downstream. Like, it's all right. Just stay through it. We'll get to the end. And then he was gone. And then I'm like, hell was this? It's like, okay, now I'm back. And I'm like, okay, the register's empty. What do I do now? And the next day, a man came in, looked just like him, and I'm like, "Oh hell!" And then I'm looking around like, "Does anybody else see him? And should I do something?" So it wasn't him; he just looked like him because he had on the same coat, and it was the same hair color, but face is different. But it's just, and then I got triggered every single time that man would come in the store, and he was the nicest person you ever wanted to meet, but every single time, and I had to basically, I'm not telling you to do this, but this was something that worked for me because of where I was in my spiritual journey. But this is something I asked God to take off of me to help me release this because I don't know how to fix it. And therapy wasn't an option because that ain't something that Black people ever been taught to do, is to go to therapy. You need to talk this out. You go to your pastor, who, I mean, they deal with human trauma and emotions too, but I'd rather go to someone who spent a little more time on counseling than just 2-3 years in seminary. So it took a while, but I eventually got over it through some help, through some work, not just get over it one day, and I just got over it. That didn't work that way.
You didn't get over it. You learned to cope with it. Is what I tell you.
Move past it.
Learn to.
It healed. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Because now I don't care, and then I carry a gun bigger than you now. So for entertainment purposes only. Okay, how do we now get rid of dependency? I need somebody in my life. I need somebody to help me with this all the time. I have an aunt who she acts like she can't do anything. And the reason she acts like she can't do anything is because somebody always does it for her. But how does she break dependency? How do we break dependency without just being left in the cold?
So I got the 7. Uh-oh. Can't wait for that one.
You're such an a-hole. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It'll make it.
You're awesome. I love it.
Wow,
You want to go, Adrienne?
that is so rude.
No, you go. I want to.
No,
I gotta hear it now.
I need a minute to actually try to spin this. So go ahead.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So I got the 7 of Cups, and sevens are all about reflection and assessment and like owning your own sense of self. And so I think that with dependency, I think if you reflect on how you're taking up somebody else's energy and recognize your own capacity, that's where you can help tap into your own sense of self so that you're not dependent on somebody else. And same with, if there's somebody in your life who's dependent on you, maybe you provide reflections for them to give them a better sense of understanding of what that situation is like for you.
That's so beautiful and eloquent.
I need to hear yours.
This is about to go pretty fast. You see, this was a little lightning bolt, right? A little lightning bolt, don't really say anything. So you flip it over. And I'm sorry to cuss on your channel, Johnny, but I have to say it exactly as it's on the card. Because this is why Spirit is such a jerk. And it says, figure that shit out on your own. That is how you get rid of dependency. Your own. And I laughed and I said, God, that's so rude, but it is so accurate. You feel that others have the answers. Others have the thing that you need because, again, there's a self-confidence issue a lot of times. You are not confident that you have the skills, the thoughts, the need, the money, you're not comfortable with yourself. I'm the best company ever. You don't have that mindset. You have to start being, what this card is really trying to tell you is you have to be more independent. You have to figure it out on your own. Stop relying on your mother, these codependent relationships. Figure it out on your own. You have to figure it out on your own. How are you going to figure it out on your own? Or if you figure it out on your own, how do you cope? So that was the rude card. So we got the rude card out. I had to pull a nice card to go with it. Once you strengthen your gifts, that is the best self-esteem booster ever. Strengthen your gifts. Anything that you think may be an asset, focus on that. And when you start doing that and showing up as yourself and to yourself and giving that to the world, you will stop. It'll be amazing how you start to rely less and less on others.
So the first card is intuition, your third eye chakra, and message in a bottle, divine messaging. Everything you need in this life is already on the inside of you. Everything. All your courage, all your determination, all your joy, everything that you need is already in here, which is going to bring up our next one. But your personal power, deep knowing, it's already on the inside of you. You are going to always need somebody if you feel you always need somebody. If you just tried it,
that's so true,
and it didn't work, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. If you tried it and it didn't work, call upon somebody who knows how to do it. Ain't nothing wrong with needing help. Ain't nothing wrong with getting help if you need it. But hey, can you call the gas company? I don't know how to get through the automated system. Figure it out. Because as time moves on, everybody has an automated system, which means you need to know how to navigate these heifers if you're going to ever call anybody at any time. Because you refuse to go online, so you still picking up your landline telephone, then you need to figure this out. You need to push 1. Yes, you need to screen your name in the telephone and your zip code too. Yes, you have to screen it because it's not going to pick it up. You're going to say Tom, it's going to say, hey, did you say Jeff? No, I didn't. So maybe you have to screen. You have to figure this. You have to at least try. Dependency is very draining upon those you depend on all the time.
And then those same type of people too wonder why their social circle is small.
Yes.
or wonder why their social circle is pretty toxic. And it's like,
they stand away from you. Every time you come around, you need something from me. What? Bring me a pie or something next time. Every time you come in this house, you're taking something out. Bring something in. But one thing that I personally, okay, well, let me not say that, because every time I do that, I do a reading for myself. But every time you go to do something and you are a dependent person, is because you on the inside have not tried, or you do not realize thy potential. How do we manifest our talents? How do we manifest the desire to do the things we are equipped to do? Everybody's got talents, even if it's just talking. Everybody can't talk in front of people.
So I just pulled one that says Soul's Journey. And it says, living from the soul opens me up to the magic that exists. I surrender to divine manifestation on its own terms and timing. And I think that is key in finding our own talents, is like connecting to the essence of your soul. Like, we all have certain talents that we are gifted in this lifetime. And when we better understand our soul's journey, our soul's purpose, that's when we tap into those gifts. And that's when we allow ourselves opportunities to express those gifts and share those gifts with the world. And then those gifts grow. You know, it's like when you start using the gifts that you have, then they start to grow. So you may think that you're not talented at anything, but it's not true. You have talents. Come get a chart reading and I will find them for you, because everybody has gifts that they are gifted from the time that you were born. It's true. And that's something I do with people. Like, everybody has gifts and you need to know what yours are, but it's part of your soul's journey to find those gifts and deepen into them over time.
And her information is in the description below.
Thank you. No, I mean, that's just like, that's part of why I do what I do, is like that exact thing right there. Like, I want people to know, like, you do have gifts, you have talents. Like, that's, everyone should know that about themselves.
I have a couple of different things. First is you need to root chakra, grounding. The whole purpose of grounding is to get your head out of the sky, get your head and your thoughts out of anywhere and everywhere but what needs to be thought about right at that moment. It's called being present. Grounding is how you become present. Being present is how you will face actually look at yourself realistically and objectively. When you're grounded, you can actually then go, it never fails. I used to have this exercise with the therapist. She was my therapist, and she would go, what's something good you did that day? And I'm like, nothing. I screwed up everything. I did this, I did that. I'm not good at it. And she's like, 5, 4, inhale in through the nose, 3, 2, out through the mouth, 1. Put your hand over your heart. I'm like, this is some bullshit, but okay. Breathe again. Tell me about a situation you had today. And I go, well, so-and-so happened, but I was able to think through it. And she goes, there you go. You saw something that you did because you took a moment to breathe. The actual act of grounding myself gave me the ability to actually realistically, holistically look at a situation and see it for what it was and see the good, not just focus on the bad, because that's a trauma response. That's a trigger response. Look at the good that happened. That's how you can start tapping into your gifts and how you can manifest being the bomb person that you are. Ground yourself. Be grounded. Next one is, I'm sorry, I'm about to sound like a basic boosh, but it's just real. Work on your self-esteem, boo-boo. Get that solar plexus chakra, my dude. Hug it, embrace it. Use your personal power. Elevate your personal power. Your solar plexus, your stomachs. Use your stomach. Say it with your stomachs. Okay. And then I wanted to pull a spirit animal. What spirit animal can you start to envision if you need that? Hey, how do I say it with my stomachs? Yes, it's a starfish. When people think of starfish, they usually think of Patrick from SpongeBob. Okay. But here's what I love about starfish, because it is the 5-point symbol, which is about 5-point symbols are also about infinity. Remember that you have infinite possibilities. Use a bad dude. Use a bad chick. Use a bad person. Don't limit yourself on what you think you can do. When you start going, there are infinite possibilities. If I want to learn how to draw. I may not be Picasso, but maybe I can draw some dope stick figures. That is something that's so uniquely you that you would bring into the world. Don't limit yourself on what you think you can do.
Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, famed astrophysicist, say you may not always be the best, but you can always be better. You can always get better at whatever it is you are trying to do. Trying to sew? Okay, you may not be able to sew the button back on, but eventually you will. So you can't make a whole dress, but I got that button. The Wyvern. This goes right into what you were saying about self-confidence. The Wyvern is often confused to be a dragon because a dragon has 4 legs, 2 wings. A Wyvern has 2 legs, 2 wings. And this is known as a lesser dragon. So you're not a full-fledged dragon. You may not always be the best at something, but you can always be better. Believe in thyself, the oracle. The answer is in you. You don't even have to, if it's something that you find yourself doing a lot, like me, yap, then that is one of your talents. If you like to color, that is one of your talents. You may think, oh, well, I didn't draw the picture that I'm coloring, doesn't matter. That's one of your talents. If you can be a talker and sell a person who is drowning a cup of water. Some people just have a thing that works for them, that clicks for them. I always say this sentence, and I'm going to say it one more again. If you start a sentence with all you have to do is, that means that comes easy to you.
Yeah.
That means that is one of your talents. Yeah. I used to tell people, oh, I don't know how to read the tarot. Well, all you got to do is, that means it comes natural to you.
Mm-hmm.
Bake a pie. Well, all you got to do is, that comes natural to you. Cooking is science. So it is not that is a talent some people have. That is not something everybody born with. You put me in the kitchen, I'm going to burn your whole house down. So it is something that you have to look in yourself and realize what it is you can do. And then, lighthouse. There is nothing wrong with looking at somebody who does it a little better or a little different and then learning from them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to draw, but there is a man on YouTube. Actually, let me change that sentence. I cannot draw well, but there is a man on YouTube who says, follow these steps and you can draw anything. And he shows you draw a line here. So, okay, I drew the line there. You draw 3 lines there. Okay, I drew and draw a line here. Draw. Next thing you know, you drew a face. And you didn't even know that you could until somebody showed you the steps on how to do it. There's nothing wrong with seeking wisdom from those who have done it longer than you. Not necessarily better, but who have done it longer than you. You got this. I promise you.
I love that. Find a teacher. It's so important.
One of mine is sitting here, and my other is sitting there.
So go get your whole lives.
There and there. Find good teachers.
Yes, you can learn. Absolutely. Last one, how to manifest a family connection. Sometimes they say that the family is not always the one you're born into. Sometimes it's the friends you make along the way. But the people you are born into, how do you connect to those people when you feel like you don't know them or they're a world apart? How do you manifest family connections, or even with those around you that are not your blood relatives?
I got the perfect card. I love this. I got the 3 of Cups.
That's perfect.
I mean, come on. It's just like celebrate those in your life that make you feel like family. Family doesn't always have to be the people that you were born into relationship with. Family can be the people that you find that soul connection with. And the 3 of Cups is all about celebrating relationships and, you know, growing together and deepening into those friendships. So friendship is another form of family, and that is another way to find those bonds.
I love that, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because it's clearly not the deck I'm supposed to be using if I don't like it. Okay, hold on. Give me. So I love this. It's called Guardian Angel, and it's saying you're not alone. And yes, it's supposed to be there's heavens and things and You've got angels assigned to you. You're not alone, whatever. No, literally on this earth, my dude, you are not alone. There's somebody who may have a similar complexion or the same nose, or that when they stand up, that rheumatism hits them in that hip that same exact way. They are here for you. You are not alone. That is how you connect. Stop going about and thinking, oh, woe is me, or there's nobody out there for me. Yes, there are. You're not alone. There are 18 gazillion trillion people on this earth. Reach out to one of them. Manifest a relationship. You can do it. You're not alone, because you need to shift your perspective. Shift your perspective. You're not alone. That is how you can do it. Maybe, have you ever always loved this, that it says maybe you're the toxic one in the relationship? Have you ever asked yourself, I don't get along with my family or whatever. Well, what is it about? Maybe is it all them, or maybe there's something about me that I need to work on. Shift your perspective as well.
Perspective change in the tarot cards is represented by the Hangman. The Hangman is a card that also indicates self-sacrifice. And the card is modeled after Odin, the Norse god Odin. And he hung himself from a tree upside down to gain enlightenment, to gain a perspective that he did not have before. He did it himself. There is the self-sacrifice part. And your perspective has to change. What to let go of: confusion and insecurity. These are things you do not need. I don't know. I can't be careful of the words you say to yourself. The Eight of Swords. These are the things you need, which is interesting. You need your perspective change. What is around you? This is being trapped in a cage of your own making. But look at it this way. This is the family card. This is the lineage card. This is the long game card. These are the people who come before you and after you and all that good stuff. If you just take a moment and look at what surrounds you, the people who were there for you when you could not give them anything back, the people who wanted to see you succeed, the people who would just pat you on the back every time they saw you every 3 months, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, just take a moment to look at your surroundings. Who is around you? Who was around you? Who is coming into your life? Those are the people that you are already connected to. It ain't got to be mamas and daddies and cousins and brothers. This is your family. These are the people who are shielding you when the world is trying to get you. Your family connection is already there. Just pay attention is all you have to do. Let go of that. Thank you, Adrian, and thank you, Lauren, for joining me. Thank you, all 277 minus one of y'all, because I know you still. That came out to watch and join and comment and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. I will see y'all tomorrow at 7. What is tomorrow? Thursday?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Okay, we'll be back in the dirt tomorrow. We'll do some political crap tomorrow with You Ask Tarot. Dana from You Ask Tarot. We will be doing some readings tomorrow at 7 p of the M's Eastern Standard Times. And if you want to get in touch with Lauren, she is a tarot reader and an astrologer. Her email is in the description and in the chat. Thank you. Thank y'all, and we will see y'all, or I will see y'all tomorrow.